With that down, let's move on now to the next topic today. And our next topic today comes to us from, who does it come from? It comes to us from TyJuan Moore, who writes, there was one more event happening the weekend of April 26th, and that's the NFL Draft. It literally starts around the same time as the first showings of Endgame and lasts all weekend long. So, my question is, will the NFL Draft affect Endgame's opening weekend success? All right, thanks a lot for the question, man. And listen, before you all start thinking that what TyJuan is asking is ridiculous, take a breath and think again. It's actually not that ridiculous of a question. Now, look, you all know that I'm a big sports fan, right? But not in NHL, not in NBA, not in NFL, not in anything. I don't follow drafts. A lot of my friends who are big sports fans are obsessed with drafts. I'm not. The only drafts I'm interested in are fantasy league drafts. That's the only kind of draft I'm interested in. So, do I think that the NFL Draft on the opening weekend of Avengers could affect Avengers Endgame? Some of you might be thinking that's ridiculous. But is it that ridiculous? Let's put it in context. Think about it this way. What are some of the most widely watched, hugely popular watched shows over the last couple of years? Well, the 2019 Oscars had about 30 million viewers. The season 7 finale of Game of Thrones had about 30 million viewers. The Winter Olympics opening ceremony had 29 million viewers. The college football national championship had 28 million viewers. Now wrap your heads around this. The NFL Draft last year, they figure, this is from CBS Sports. CBS Sports says that the NFL Draft last year, when it was all said and done, had about 45 million viewers. Wrap your head around that. Put that in context. Now, also keep in mind, the NFL Draft is more than just 1 hour. It spans a weekend, but still, 45 million people tuned in and watched the NFL Draft in 2018. That's more people than watched the season finale of Game of Thrones. That's more people than watched the Oscars. That's more people than watched the college football championships. That's more people than watched just almost anything. Almost anything. That's 45 million people. That is not an insignificant number by any stretch of the imagination. So, will the NFL Draft affect the Avengers, Endgame opening weekend? The answer to that question, quite frankly, is yeah, it will. But by how much? You see, I talk about this all the time. There's having an impact on something and having an impact on something. You would have to be naive not to acknowledge that with as many people that watch the NFL Draft as there is, that there wouldn't be some sort of effect on Endgame. Of course, there's going to be an effect. But the question isn't, will there be an effect? The question is, will there be a significant effect? Will there be a significant impact from there being the NFL Draft on the opening weekend of Endgame? And I think the answer to that question is no. No, there won't be any significant impact. Look, we're already seeing that much like Infinity War, much like The Force Awakens, the opening weekend shows for Avengers Endgame are all going to be sold out, period. Are there going to be some people that maybe would have gone to see it opening weekend, but instead are big NFL fans, they want to stay home and watch the draft? Yes. So there will be an effect. But will it be significant? No. Will it be an impact that is felt deeply by Disney and Marvel? No. Is it going to lead to, 1/3 empty seats in the opening weekend screenings of Avengers Endgame? No. It's like saying this. Little Billy has a thimble of water. Can he get you wet? Well, technically, yes. A little thimble of water, no matter how small, tossed at you, that will get you to some degree wet. But would it be significantly wet as if you jumped into a swimming pool? No. So that's what I would suggest here. I believe the NFL Draft will have an impact on Avengers Endgame, but only to the degree of a thimble of water is going to get you wet. It's not going to be a significant impact as if you were jumping into a pool. So that's how I see it. But again, I just thought it was a very interesting question because I think a lot of people, including sports fans like myself, underestimate just how many people want to stay home and watch the NFL draft. I don't, but a lot of people do. And I just thought it was a little bit of a crazy number. So that's the way that I see it at any rate. Okay, with that down and out of